Yo, what up everybody, Arie here and welcome back to another video. Welcome to 2021. I can't believe 2020 is already over, and truth be told, I'm actually kind of glad it's over. 2020 has been a really crazy year in every aspect. What do you think about this new year now? For a lot of people, this year has brought on a lot of hardships, and hopefully we can all overcome those challenges and go into 2021 swinging and really coming in hot. So today what I want to talk about is basically 2021, sort of my plans for 2021, and I'm also going to react here to the Shopify president's predictions for 2021, see if sort of his predictions align with what I think is going to happen in 2021. Sorry, my cat is going crazy right now. And I'll also share some things I learned in 2020, maybe some books that I read that were really impactful, etc. So not too much structure to this video. We are going to begin with the Shopify president's predictions, and also pretty crazy, Bitcoin all-time high 32.7 thousand. It's going to reach 33,000 maybe today, which is 1/3 of the way to 100k. So at the end of this video, I'll also be buying some crypto. I'll probably invest like $1,000 into a coin just for fun, just to sort of add a little bit of a twist to the end. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I got my coffee ready. It's early in the morning, and for those of you that have stuck around for a long time, you'll recognize this Goku mug. I've literally had this since I started my YouTube channel, which is pretty nostalgic, and I still have it. So Goku is the man. All right, so let's begin.
The Shopify president, Harley Finkelstein, who why are you smiling? Are you smiling for, it's not the stock. That's not why. It's because you're helping all of these startups and entrepreneurs become part of the American dream. That, I think that accounts for it, does it not, Harley?
Well, and obviously joining you, Joe, is always a great pleasure. But no, there's a lot to be optimistic about here. Truly, this has been a transformative year for commerce, and it's going to establish the blueprint for the next 10 years of retail. And so let's get into the report here, because it's the first time we're doing this. It marries both global merchant and consumer data. It's called Future of Commerce 2021. We surveyed 10,000 shoppers in 11 countries, and we looked at Shopify data all the way back from 2018 till September of this year. So we know that commerce is a relationship between a business and its consumers. And so we sort of took both sides of the coin on this report, the consumer side and also the merchant side. And there are two critical perspectives that I really want to talk about today with you, Joe. The first is young consumers are not only shifting their spending online, but they're engaging in shopping in a completely different way. But the second thing that I think might be surprising to your audience is that many of those younger consumers, they're also looking for creative ways to make money, and they're starting businesses on their own. So on the consumer side, the next generation consumers and merchants are changing the business landscape. 67% of younger consumers shifted their spending online since the pandemic was started. That's compared to 54% last year. Now, their habits are also completely different. They are discovering and shopping via social media. They prefer to shop, and this idea of conscious consumerism is coming up a lot for them. They want to buy sustainable green products, but also they want to shop from independent brands. And that is a major change. 50% of consumers are looking now for independently owned businesses to support, because they want to buy products and experiences and vote with their wallets for those brands to exist. So whether it's fast or free shipping, it's conversational commerce, or shoppable social media, retailers and brands that want to be successful in the future will have to do this. The other side, which is I think why I'm smiling so much, is the rise of entrepreneurship by younger merchants. Many of those same younger consumers, they are also looking for creative ways to make money. And this really is the rise of the young merchant. So we know that obviously those aged 25 and under are 2.5 times more likely to be without a job because of the pandemic.
That's
we
us,
also
baby.
know that 35% of young Americans started a side hustle during the pandemic. The Census Bureau came out and said that we saw the largest amount of business registrations in Q3. So what is happening is that these younger people are starting businesses at a much higher rate. Most of them are doing it on Shopify, which is why you saw more signups in Q3 than ever before. But the way they're doing it is totally different. They're using avenues like TikTok. TikTok recently came out and said that entrepreneurship content is king, with more than 7.2 billion views around that idea of entrepreneurship content. So what does this all mean? It means that the shopping habits of today are going to be are going to influence their selling habits in the future. These young consumers are going to be the shopkeepers of 2021, and the way they buy is going to be the way they're going to sell. And I think this is some of the most exciting times of retail of certainly the last couple of decades.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC.
on you.
Wow. Okay. So exciting things coming from Shopify's end. Of course, they are going to hype it up a lot more since he's the president of Shopify. So it makes sense for him to be really excited. But to be completely transparent, I feel the exact same way. I couldn't be more excited about the future of Shopify and e-commerce in general and just business as a whole. I mean, I'm so excited to have all of you guys here as a part of the channel. I truly couldn't be happier with the community we're building here. And, you know, I'm personally prepping my brand to release them to you guys and just be fully transparent about everything, because just how Harley said, the way I'm shopping is the way that I'm selling. The brands I'm building are all based on sustainability and things that I personally love. And when I look at my YouTube analytics, a lot of you guys are 25 and under, which is amazing. And even if you're not, of course, that is what's so amazing about Shopify and this online revolution, is that it doesn't matter who you are. Age is nothing but a number at this point. And this is proven by how many people have started businesses during this pandemic. And I'm part of that demographic. I'm under 25. I actually did also start a brand new business during the pandemic. Actually, we started it last month, and yesterday we actually achieved 1.36K in sales, which is amazing. I'm really happy to be going into the new year with a new private label brand that we're building. To me, this brand serves as more so a case study because it's already becoming really automated, and I'm already starting to take my time away from it to focus on my YouTube channel and focus on my fashion brand that I want to share with you guys soon. So we are in really exciting times, and I don't know if you paid attention to these graphs here, but clothing and accessories going up 37% is actually unbelievable to me. I didn't know that, and just looking at that makes me really excited. So right here, these are all great niches to get into, and honestly, there was so much value to unpack just from this alone. That's one of the biggest lessons that I learned in 2020 that I want to pass on to you guys, is to stop overthinking and just get started and start making progress, start learning from your own experience. I don't think anything beats experience as far as learning opportunities, and I love that you guys watch my YouTube videos, of course. I love that you're getting informed through YouTube. YouTube is a free university. It's literally free education. It's the free education we've always wanted and better. So it's amazing that you guys are taking advantage of it. However, you always have to keep a balance of watching content, you know, taking in information and applying it. So that's one of the things that I really internalized in 2020. In 2019, I think I did a lot of watching things and not really applying too much. I was extremely comfortable. I didn't really push myself in any way because I thought, oh, well, you know, I'm still learning, you know, I can wait to do this or I can wait to do that. But in reality, if I would have started back then, even small little increments of effort would have compounded over time. And in 2020, I changed all of that. I moved across the country. I traveled to Italy to meet manufacturers, and I really just stepped out of my comfort zone. And of course, I have my team to thank for that. I've had amazing support systems in my life that have allowed me to do those things without much fear, but it's really a valuable lesson that I want to take into 2021, and I want to pass that down to you guys. Another thing I learned is to not overthink so much anymore, and that one goes more along with my YouTube channel. Truthfully, this year has been rocky for my YouTube channel. It hasn't been until this month really that my channel has really made a big comeback, and the main reason why is because I wasn't making that many videos, and I wasn't making that many videos because I was just overthinking. I was like, man, well, I've already said this before. People don't care about my life. They don't care what I have to say and stuff like that, and that was all in my head. And as soon as I started just pumping out content again, I started to see all you guys engaging again, and I truly couldn't be happier. I've realized that YouTube is just like such an essential part of my life, and I can't wait to continue building the community in the future. I want to start doing live streams. I want to start just playing video games on here and just talking to you guys like real people. I don't want to be this guru or anything. I just want to share my thoughts on things, share my experience with you guys, and just have a good time and impact the world in a positive way. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is some books that I've read that I want to share with you guys. Okay, so I got a dense stack of books over here that I'm going to share with you guys, and this year I actually read more than any other year, and in October I even presented a challenge to you guys on Instagram called the Book a Week Challenge. So what I was trying to do is read a book per week. I did end up failing. I actually only read 3 books in October instead of the 4 or 5 that I wanted to read. But I did travel a decent amount and there was a lot of distractions. Not trying to make any excuses. I'm still happy with the progress that I made. 3 books in a month is more than I usually read, so I was really happy with that. But the first book that I wanted to share with you guys that was really impactful for me this year is Brave New World. There you go. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Now, you'll see a common theme here of books that I read. This one is about a dystopian future in which society no longer works in the way that it works now. So one thing, for example, that is different in this society is they no longer have parents. Everyone is sort of genetically created. In this book, people are put into different social castes, and I don't want to spoil it too much for you guys. I'm gonna make a separate video soon talking in detail about some of the best books I've read. Maybe I'll even do like a book review segment on my channel. I think that would be pretty dope. But yeah, this one, amazing book. The second one is George Orwell's 1984. So this one is also kind of a classic, and it's also about a dystopian future. So two books about dystopian futures, but the interesting thing is that they're both totally different. Like, they're not about the same dystopian futures. The futures that they both predict are actually complete opposites, and that's what makes it so interesting. I really enjoyed this book. Like, I literally read this one in like 3 days because I thought it was so good, and it really shaped my worldview in a lot of ways. So I strongly recommend that you guys check it out. It's another amazing book. Now, the next book that I read is called The Social Animal. The Social Animal. Now, this one is more so about research, and it's just a really interesting book talking about social dynamics and just social science in general, and just how humans interact with each other and so many different things. It also touches on a lot of human psychology and evolutionary psychology, which I find really fascinating. And this one's a little bit dense. This one did take me longer to get through, but it was totally worth it, and I definitely learned a ton from this book, so you guys should check it out. The next book that I read that was really impactful was The Picture of Dorian Gray. This one is a nonfiction book. It's actually considered a classic for a lot of people. It's really interesting. It's about this guy, Dorian Gray, who's sort of like a perfect being and has outside influence that corrupts him slowly, and you see sort of the effects of the corruption and the effect that it has on the people around him, and it just comes to like a big crazy climax at the end, and it's just a really amazing book. It also shows you a lot about life in general, and it really makes you think. So I strongly suggest you check this one out as well. And the last one I want to talk about is sort of the most relevant to what I'm doing now, is actually Figures of Speech by Virgil Abloh. This one is not your traditional book. This one is more so a book, but also like a highlight reel of Virgil Abloh's career. Virgil Abloh is the founder of Off-White and creative director for Louis Vuitton. So in this book, he basically talks about his whole design process, everything he's gone through, and it's just really amazing and inspiring. I absolutely love design in general, and this book right here is actually what inspired my fashion brand, and I learned so much from it, and it was so inspiring just to see this guy's work and just how he's truly invested 10,000 plus hours into his craft to truly master it, and you see it in all the different projects that he's worked on and all the different things that he's done. So I strongly suggest that you guys check that out. Okay, so lastly, what I want to do here is just buy some crypto. So I told you guys that I would do that in this video, so I'm gonna do it. Now, I'm only gonna invest $1,000. I'm not gonna be too crazy here. I do have a joint crypto account for my business with my partner, in which we have most of our crypto investments, but I also have this small little account that I just wanna use for my YouTube channel just to share the progress. So this is Coinbase. I believe this is the best platform for people in the US. I'm not sure if you can trade on Coinbase if you're outside of the US. I actually think maybe you can't. So what I'm gonna do is buy some Ethereum. I've been trying to get more Ethereum. A lot of other cryptocurrencies that are coming up, or token cryptos, are actually run on Ethereum. So I really do believe Ethereum is gonna get really, really big over time, and it's a really safe bet. So what I'm gonna do is just buy Ethereum, and I'm just not gonna diversify. I'm just gonna straight up buy Ethereum. So $1,000 is gonna buy me 1.25 Ethereum at this price. So I am kind of buying at a high price. I should have maybe bought yesterday, but it is what it is. I still think it's gonna continue to go up, and if I do see another buying opportunity soon, I'll do it. So yeah, this is pretty cool. My crypto account has been on the come up, and yeah, that basically wraps it up for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm super excited to keep pumping out content for you guys and continue to grow the community. I get so much fulfillment out of this, like you don't understand. The mix of growing my e-commerce brands and growing a community on YouTube has just been such an amazing balance for me to have, and even though it's made my focus slightly more thinned out, it has been so worth it for me, and I can say with 100% confidence that I'm doing exactly what I need to be doing and what I love doing. So I can't wait to mix both of my worlds and just start sharing everything and have you guys be a part of my brands as well. So with all that said, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really wish the best for 2021 for every single one of you. And with that said, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Peace.